So I finally caught up to One Piece after 2 years of absolutely grinding, and as of this video being posted, the most recent chapter I've read is 1188, so I guess you can call me a fan. As I said in my previous video, I would post another one when I catch up, so here we are in my third part of this series. So the last time I talked about One Piece on this channel, I had read up to Punk Hazard, and now I'm currently in the midst of Elbaf, which has been an interesting arc to say the least. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Emu. But what I really wanted to focus on is the politics involved in this series, as it has become more and more prevalent for me as I continue to read it. More specifically, I want to analyze Luffy's Gear 5, as it is the most prominent moment I've read since my last video. At first, One Piece starts as your normal inspirational pirate story about determination, but once you get to Arlong Park, you realize how deep this series really is. And going forward, many of the things become obvious as you read more. One I noticed, the idea of government control through both lies and manipulation. The Straw Hat crew represents an escape from how the world truly is, and provides an honest take on how to overcome the faults of the countries we all live in. Take Sabaody as the first example. We meet the Celestial Dragons, who are said to be the most powerful figures in the government, just behind the 5 elders. So naturally, everyone lays their head down in their presence, so as not to get shot from challenging their morals. Yet, of course, Luffy being Luffy, he punches this dude in the face and starts an all-out war on the island, after literally declaring war on the government just a couple arcs ago. This to me is one of the most powerful statements Oda has to say in this story, as Luffy is challenging the idea of being subservient to someone who is doing nothing but causing harm to the ones around them. The Celestial Dragons use their power to enact a slave trade, while the people around them grovel to their feet. And I just love this because it shows how far Luffy will go for his friends, as he doesn't care about the consequences, but instead stands up for what he truly believes in, which is freedom for everyone. And this is what brings me to my next point of the awakening of Gear 5.
Starting in Wano, we see another example of power-hungry leaders spreading their diabolical beliefs around the islands they have control of. Kaido is one of the most evil characters in the series, besides Doflamingo, obviously. So obviously Luffy isn't going to take this shit. They battle it out in the sky in order to save the Wano country from pain and poverty. Luffy tragically gets killed, and it is in this moment that Luffy awakens the human fruit model Nika, previously known as the Gum Gum fruit. The panel following his awakening is one of the most powerful political statements I have ever seen. Luffy laughs as his silhouette shines in front of the moon, with us now learning that his powers are the drums of liberation, signaling how much control the world government had over its people. Luffy isn't just a charismatic guy trying to spread happiness. He's someone who believes that no matter who you are, you should have the right to do as you like and eat what you want. You shouldn't have to fall to others telling you how to think, but instead develop opinions and morals that align with yourself. He isn't determined to be Pirate King for control. He's determined because he wants to be free of the shackles the world has on him. I believe all forms of storytelling are inherently political, but none to me is more powerful than this, as it shows we are not immune to the people in charge who only care about themselves. And this panel proves that we have the ability to stand up to those who have lost their humanity. It is in Wano that we learn about a man named Nika, who is said to be an ancient legend who used his powers to liberate all he could from what the government was capable of. The people of Wano are never able to feel sadness, women are abducted by the government officials in Sabaody, and Robin is led to believe she is a demon child not worthy of living because of her interest in the history of the world. And so many things are kept secret by the higher ups, and many of these things can relate back to real life. So understandably, the government is scared of Luffy and his crew because he now possesses the power to bring light into the people who have lost hope, so they can finally find out what happened in the wars from centuries ago. It reveals the atrocities others are willing to put on each other, and it's with Gear 5 that Luffy has become a beacon of light that can bring laughter to the world. I just love these themes so much, considering all the atrocities being committed even to this day, and it exposes the truth of what human beings are capable of.
Not only this, but Doflamingo is also a political statement in just his character alone, as he's a character that is evil just for the sake of being evil. Many modern stories now take on these archetypes of characters and add a tragic backstory to help the audience understand why they are doing these horrible things, but Doflamingo doesn't really need one. He was a demon from the start, and it shows that we don't have to have sympathy for horrible human beings. I mean, this guy literally tripped and scraped his knee, and his whole crew just slimed out this whole town. And this is why I think he's one of the best written characters in the manga, because so much of his personality relies on the horrible things he does, like controlling others with his puppet string devil fruit powers without any real rhyme or reason to it. And he's also a very smart individual who is capable of manipulation that ultimately manifests into the control of Dressrosa.
Pirates are evil. The Navy is just. But that's only true because history tells us so. Children who've never known peace have different values than children who've never known war. The one who wins will rewrite the definition of right and wrong. They'll decide the future and how the past is written. Will justice prevail? Why, there's no other way! The winner will define the meaning of justice.
I can go on about all the politics in One Piece, but that would require a lot of hours of conversation, and I don't really want this video to be too long. So I'll just mention real quick, I'm honestly kind of disappointed with how the series is going right now. I put off editing this video for a few months, so I've read up to the most recent chapter, which is 1191, and I'm kind of scared of the future for this story now. I feel Imu is an underwhelming villain, as he was built up to be this great bad, and he looks like this. And I just can't get behind the demon stuff. To me, it's just really stupid, and it's adding too much sauce to the world of One Piece. I just don't want this story to fall into the trap of losing its footing at the end like so many of my other favorites, and I'm hopeful that Oda can really pull it off. But I guess we won't know until the conclusion drops, and I don't even know how long that'll be.